Hello, people who are joining. Whoa. Whoa. Yo, am I in the right place? Is this the Jackhammer reunion? Yes, it is. Welcome. Look who is live. OMG, it's the Broccolite guy. How are we feeling, guys? Hello, Ender. Listen, I'm sorry, bro. I can't appease everyone. I try. Broccolite equals goat. Thank you very much. Goat status achieved. Doing good, it's 2 AM. Okay, where are you two from? Because I do need to know, like, generally where my audience is from when it comes to streaming. Maybe I'll put a poll in the server. Romania. Okay, there's a good number of Romanian people I know who watch me. It's weird. Estonia. Okay. Was hoping to get a new submission in before, but didn't manage. Dang. Happens. Damn. Okay. I think that I always seem to think that my audience is like mostly US, but it's not. It's like everywhere but US. It's crazy. You're US? Yeah, I know you're US. So for those who are like just here for the first time, we're gonna be playing Cybergrind Bingo today, and reviewing some Cybergrind gameplay. If you want your gameplay reviewed, you can join the Discord, and if you want to see a bingo card to play with, you can also join the Discord. Both things will be there. So yeah. Hello, Jackhammer Man. Hello. Alright, let me see about some of these submissions. I'm gonna do a bit of an older one, because I don't want to leave anyone behind. Ender, I think I found your old submission. You mind if I review that? 15 days ago? Okay, I'll do yours too, Cloth. Yo, it's me, the kid. I want to be the guy. Slot machine, the sin of greed. What are you? What? I have to be on this account or I can't chat in streams. Yeah, I'll do yours, Ender. And then I'll do yours, Cloth, as well. You'll be making a full-on Jackhammer guide? I will. So far, like, my YouTube videos are all just, like, pieces of it. But eventually, I will make the definitive Jackhammer guide. I'm learning things, like, you know, every once in a while still about the Jackhammer. So, you know, I'm gonna need some time. Made the Knuckle Blaster video in the For Broccolite channel in the Discord. Yeah, I saw that. Looking forward to seeing that guide. Good. Do you use Premiere, DaVinci? I don't use either. For editing, I use CapCut. Very low-grade editing software. Planning to move onto the Jackhammer? Do it now. Today. Right now. Did you know that the Jackhammer is peak? Indeed, I do. I do know this. Alright, let me pull these links. Oopsie daisies. I'm just gonna need a sec while I pull these links. Alright. Holy. Alright. Use CapCut? Yes, I do use CapCut. What's your origin story of you getting your hands on the jackhammer for the first time? So I actually wasn't super duper into ULTRAKILL when I first started playing. I definitely thought it was really fun, but yeah, I was mainly there to, like, you know, play all the boss fights, see all the content, P-rank everything, and by the time I did, I was like, oh wow, that was really cool. And then I played the Violence Layer, and you know, I found the jackhammer when they released that, and the 3 new weapons as well. And I fell in love with 2 weapons there, actually. The first one was the jumpstart, because the jumpstart was what led me to make my first popular video, Neuron Activator, which is such a bad video, but it's funny. And then after that, I found the jackhammer, and I was like, wow, this thing is clunky and weird. I don't know if I like it, but I always was fascinated by the idea of a weapon that's damage scaled with your speed. So I manipulated that. I tried to, you know, like get into using that as much as I possibly could, and it quickly fell in love. And as they buffed the jackhammer slowly over time to be more nicely handled, you know, like when they made the change that when you hit an enemy, you can turn during the hit stop to backblast in a different direction, I knew I would love it forever. You need to give this to Sonic. He just hits red gauge automatically. Are you planning on making long-form Cybergrind content of you playing like your shorts? Not really. I mean, maybe I'll do like a reviewing my own gameplay kind of video. But I think the biggest problem with that is it can slowly turn into slop. I want my content to continue to be, my main channel content to continue to be educational as much as possible. Because I watch a lot of slop. I don't watch a lot of slop content, but I watched a lot of slop content, and it always killed me. And I feel like my channel has slowly become a place where people can watch something that isn't slop and depend on that. You know what I mean? And I want that to be sort of where that comes from. And also, it's Jackhammer Haven, you know, on YouTube. So, hey, that's also a plus. I love when the jackhammer makes a ding sound and goes bang. Yeah. Yeah, the chat has like 0 delay. I always make sure my streams are turned really low. Yeah, but I'll be making sure that all my shorts are definitely just like clips of me doing stuff. You know what I mean? That'll be the slop side of, not really slop, but it's, you know, just if you want to see something funny happen, Broccoli shorts. You know what I mean? It's usually what it's for. But yeah, I guess we can start now. We've got a good gathering of people. I almost just ended the stream. Stupid me. Goodbye, music. All right. I'll be posting the bingo card in Cybergrind Bingo. All right. I think this is generally the same bingo card we used from before, I think. Right? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you want to get your bingo card, make sure you join the Discord. Link is in the description. And yeah, you can go to the Cybergrind Bingo channel and collect the card there, and your card will be unique from everyone else's. The exact same one showing there. Is that a bug? I'm not sure. I mean, this is the new one, I think. Isn't it? Oh, what the? I didn't even do that. Oh, wait, are you guys on my card? Oh, you guys are on my card. Wait, I'm an idiot. Hold on. No, it's not. Bingo card. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I guess I have to fill this out. Hold on. That's funny. Cybergrind bingo. And then go over here. I think... Yeah, I think I could just do this, right? And if I go over here, paste in a list of words, I think they should work. Okay, yeah. Perfect. And then how do I generate? I forgot. Generate. All right, sorry, here's the real bingo card. I think it should work. Verify with me if it does work or not. It's so dumb. Just gave you guys my card. I'm gonna generate a new card as well then. That's not what I wanted to do. Boom. There we go. And now I have my own card. Coolio. @Clothlikes messes up the clip. Okay. Yeah, so Biff as in just like, you know, messing up. Giggity, it's in the YouTube description. Yes. The link doesn't work. Wait, what link? The Discord link doesn't work, or the card link doesn't work? Because I can try to activate. I can't do it from here. All right, I'll fix that. Hold on. That is imperative that it is working correctly. It's weird. It shouldn't not work. That's bizarre. Two seconds. All right, I updated the link. It should work now. All right. Verify if it worked. Let me know if the Discord thing worked. Sorry, you guys can just see the Discord. Yeah, you might have to reload the page if the link doesn't change. Works for you? Would you rather date God? What kind of question is that? This is bottom of the barrel right here. You gonna serve now? Okay, cool. All right. Make sure you get a card. I won't start till you get your card, Giggity. And yeah, I guess this is my card. Honestly, I'm liking it. God, CE Shotgun is on here. That's always a gamble. But neither. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Card obtained. Okay, awesome. All right. So first up, we have a submission from... Where is it? Ender. Ender did a submission. Who's in the chat right now. And yeah, we're gonna brutally criticize Ender as much as humanly possible while also playing Cybergrind Bingo. So you guys know the rules. Just like, you know, tell me if I missed something, and then we'll argue over whether or not something did happen or not, because everything is, subject to change and judgment. All right. Let's see. What do you have to say? Sorry about low quality. First time actually doing OBS. That's fine. Not main channel. This is a random one for my privacy reasons at the moment. 167.3 hours. No ULTRAKILL. Cool. No mic. Visual audio mods only. Prefer to be anonymous. 3 jackhammers have drastically improved my consistency. Forgot to remove ULTRAKILL music from the playlist. Sorry if any of them played. I forgot. Okay. It's basically just... I don't know which ones. I think all the ones that aren't just Hikita made, I'm going to mute. I know this is early to ask, but when is the next review stream? I mean, we're doing that right now. Do you want just... Are you saying like a strictly review stream? Yeah, because we're going to be reviewing stuff right now here. Starting off with an SSJ. Okay. So off the bat, I'm noticing... Okay, no CE Shotgun, cool. Interesting. Alright, so off the bat, I'm noticing you're using AAD, Nailgun Saw Blade Launcher. Oh, when's the next one? Sorry, what is his music choice? I could tolerate it at least. The next one, I'm probably gonna just keep doing, Wednesday, Friday as my main streaming days. And if I feel like it, I'll stream on another day. I might do tomorrow. I might play some Helldivers tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. And I want to see how my community responds to me playing Helldivers, and if that's entertaining. But yeah, anyway, onto this. Yeah, so I'm noticing you're running AAD, which is a alternate default. So that's the alternate saw blade launcher. We'll go back here. Yeah, right here. Alternate saw blade, the attractor, and then the alternate overheat as well. And now you're running the default nail gun. Definitely interesting. Not a very conduction heavy build. Use ADA now? Oh, okay, I converted you. Okay, I was about to say. ADA is a way more conduction heavy build. But yeah, this so far is more just basic crowd control, minimal effort, minimal returns. Oh yeah, we saw this. Damn, okay. So using a screwdriver on a hideous mass. On these earlier waves, I guess it's not too much of a problem, but you don't want to get into that habit. Oh dear. Ooh, whip slam, cute. Nice. I like you using coins in between all of your attacks. It's a very good way to use downtime. Interesting. I don't see any inherent problems. Your gameplay here is very slow. Here, let me turn this down a bit. The music is getting a bit loud. Wow, chainsaw gameplay. Screwdriver, I like it. That's nice. I like that. I like what you did here. Can I not go back? Come on. Yeah, I like plays like this, using a screwdriver on like a mind flare like up here. Because if you're falling off the map, you can just whiplash onto her because she can't move. Makes it easier for you to, you know, not risk going on a rocket and getting shot by a Maurice or Gutterman, especially in later stages. Or having another mind flare, you know, run into your rocket. Your saw traps have been pretty decent so far. You are kind of just using the whiplash. I will say you're using the whiplash very directly. I did notice earlier you did like some whip hops, but I think that in moments like those, you know, that's just how you get killed, you know what I mean? And like, you know, if you're going downwards especially, if you try to parry one of those projectiles instead, because now you're knocking down to SSS and you have full hard damage here. If you take any more damage, it's going to keep suppressing you until you get back up. But you'll be fine because this is an easier wave, but in harder waves, this won't pass. Whip hop more now. Yeah, this seems outdated. Especially if you've swapped to ADA at this point, then I'm sure your mindset has completely changed. Damn. I'll say, okay, here's one thing. Your movement is very unrefined here. You're not sliding a lot. You're just kind of walking. So I'm going to give you Floor Dweller, unfortunately. So make sure you mark off Floor Dweller on your card, because you aren't like sliding or like putting any nuance on your movement. You're making it easy for enemies to shoot you, because enemies are either going to actively track your current position, or they're going to lead their shot on where you're going to be in a set amount of time. And you're not really catering to either of those. Either of those are going to get, yeah, you flirt out a lot. Okay, yeah, I'd say that's a really big weakness currently that I'm noticing. So do I have Floor Dweller? No. Damn. Unfortunate. So far, you've been hitting all of your iconoclasms and everything, so, you know, that's good. No form drill. Yeah, nor do I. It's unfortunate. Some guy who have to charge back twice. Alright, let's continue. Yeah, especially when you're like dealing with these sanded enemies, you have to rely on a parry. And you know, again, you get more style for being in the air and sliding, so you know, makes the parries a lot more potent. You know, keeps you out of hard damage range. And the more you're in the air, the less you have to deal with these sanded enemies, because healing is proximity. Are we supposed to note the bingo down when you say, or when you see something in his gameplay yourself? When I say, if you see something in the gameplay, you can call me out and say, hey, blah, 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 look at this. This just happened, and I'll go back and verify. Hey, Brocklight, should I use the roll cannon at the start of the wave, screwed for style, or should I save it for rat shoes and such? Up to you. You play that by ear. That's the beauty of the rail cannon, is that it's better in different positions and different points. I would say Screwdriver's not very good on like waves with just Gutterman and Maurice's, you know, just like Sorcerer Swords Machines. Don't waste your time there, because they're all going to blick each other down, and you're just going to lose Screwdriver value because one of them will die too soon. You should definitely use the E-Rail there to get as much conduction as you can. And, you know, if there's like 3 Radchus around the map, kill the Radchu if you really need that. Or if there's 3 Radchus and an Insurrectionist on the map, throw that Screwdriver on the Insurrectionist instead, and, you know, you'll get a lot more value that way. Or if there's Mind Flares, you can just do a Core Nuke for like a really easy 13.25 damage, and like bring down a lot of the Mind Flares around you to half and deflect their projectiles. It really just depends on who's there. So yeah. There's a Jumpstart Chord Snap and Miss Dunk. Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. I do remember there being a Jumpstart Chord Snap. Jumpstart Chord Snap. I saw the instant corkscrew blow. I think that was intended though. So I'm not. I mean, like the instant corkscrew blow is kind of like for people who are using it for style. And if you're trying to use it for damage, it's different. So I'm not going to count that. I probably should. I don't know. If it happens again, I'll count it. And then what was the other one? Jumpstart, cord snap, and failed dunk. I remember that, yeah. Do I have failed cannonball dunk? Draws weapon does nothing, I know happens. Yeah, and some of these, you know, draws weapon does nothing, failed cannonball dunk, jumpstart, cord snap, that happens to the best of us. Don't like feel criticized for those things happening. If they happen a lot, then that's different, but you know. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Unfortunate. Wait, do I have that actually? No, I don't. Okay. Make sure you mark that on your cards. I do less now? Awesome. Can I be honest with you? I actually like this music. Funny. Are you running yeah, you're running triple jackhammer for sure. Yep. Oh, failed the core jam. Sad. Failed the core jam again. No. I'm gonna put Biff's the clip on that. You did it. You messed it up twice. I'm putting Biff's the clip on that. I'm sorry. If you guys have Biff's the clip, make sure you mark that one down. Happens to the best of us. Screen shake, holy. You're trying to practice it? Yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, practicing obviously comes with failure. Not a criticism at all. You were definitely trying it, so I commend you for that. But you did it there. You did it there, though. Literally right after I called it. You did it, though. Alright, that was a twice failed rocket mount. That was quick mount twice in a row. Do I have that? I don't even think I have that. I don't. God damn. Alright, fails quick mount twice in a row. Mark that down on your card. The FOV is default? Yeah, it seems like it. That's a decent saw trap. I would say, though, you definitely want to play not close up to this insert. Yeah, because now your saw trap got no value. Okay, I'm gonna say bad saw trap. So the big thing, like if you're planning on using the overheat saw blade, you need to depend on it getting value, right? Because otherwise, it's just a wasted slot in your, you know, in your weapons. And you know, your blue saw blades aren't getting any value because you're not using them for conduction mainly. And then now your overheat saw blade isn't getting any value because you use the attractor to proc it to use it, and it didn't kill anything, it didn't damage anything. You know what I mean? So the first like second of this wave, you kind of just threw away, and you threw away all of your best like easy fast crowd control options. So I would not put your saws here. If you know there's an insert here, you know, try to save your overheat, maybe destroy these, or I don't know, abandon this entirely, because committing your overheat saw blade here is basically just forfeiting your like 8-second crowd control option. I did like your screwdriver play here though. So wait, did I mark bad saw trap? Yeah, bad saw trap. Make sure you put bad saw trap on your card. Seen a failed rocket pull? Need long distance whiplash and enemy shoots. Honestly, I would have said long distance whiplash earlier. We'll see about that. Because I did criticize your lack of whip hops earlier. Oh, yep, okay. That's a long distance whiplash. When you know the insert's gonna jump, you need to immediately cancel your whiplash. That's just the fact of the matter. it's easy to get sucked into like following him. It's a habit that I'm only breaking like recently. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure you break the whiplash connection when he's jumping, or that will happen. Okay, Maurice, help me out. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of a wasted E-Rail. I don't know what that E-Rail was for. Where is it? Rail cannon on dead or dying enemy. Yeah. I think anyway. Or just rail cannon without dependencies. Hold on, let me verify. Don't mark anything down yet. Okay, I used it on the source machine. It's rail cannon without dependencies. Yeah, it just you probably fumbled the swap. Swap to Malrail, interesting. Oh, you were trying to do a core nuke. Yeah, happens. It happens to the best of us. Sorry, I didn't even mark that down for myself. Do I have that? I don't think I do. Dang. Dude, you didn't have to do that. Okay. Instant virtue kill. Accidental core jam. Does that count as failing a virtue one shot? I mean, technically one shot at him. I'm not gonna count it. Nice. Oh. Uh-oh. Is that my lag or your lag? Jesus Christ, what is happening? Is my internet dying? Well, regardless, I do want to criticize your Death Star placement here. So when you're trying to do a Death Star, hold on. You definitely want to let yourself get to a point where it's above you and then shoot above you. Yeah, I messed that up too, but it's more like this. This is probably the supreme angle, is having this rocket point down. And then you can shoot up, right? So the goal is to do this, and you know, place rockets basically wherever you want as long as they're close to each other. You've gotten better at it? Okay, good. Yeah, I don't really use it very often. I'm a bit rusty. But the premise is the same. I have a hard time counting how many rockets I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind. I'm an idiot. There you go. And you know, that's enough to like take out almost an entire insert. Alright, so that was just you. Got it. Holy bitrate. Damn, rocket hits core. Rocket hits core. I mean, coin hits core. God damn it. Dumb idiot me. Coin hits core rocket. Mark that down if you have it. I do, but I'm nowhere close. Yeah, this is not happening. This may be. This might happen. Bad bitrate is kind of good ULTRAKILL gameplay. Let me see if I can change that. I don't know if YouTube auto set that. Oh, they did. Okay. Have you increased your FOV at all? Oh, I messed up the Virtue one-shot. Happens, but I'm gonna have to mark that down. Virtue one-shot fail. Do we have that? No. Hate my friggin' life. Yeah, I was about to ask. Yeah, okay, about your FOV. That's good, though. 130, I say, is definitely where it's at. Let's see what you do here. Okay, so a lot of things are happening right now. Yeah, a lot of things are happening. Gutterman shoots rocket core. We're gonna have to put that on there. Where is it? Rocket core shot. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? It's something like rocket / core gets shot. Am I dumb? Enemy shoots, no. Huh? Wow, YouTube what? Huh? Where is it? I feel like, do we not have, is that not something I've even written down? I guess not. Huh. I guess I'm misremembering. But I'm questioning your start here, because yeah, you're starting to be punished for starting in the center of this map. All the Guttermen have eyes on you currently. And yeah, now that you're messing up and losing momentum. Fortunately, that Maurice just clocked you out, but okay, yeah, so I'm gonna mark that as a center start. Entrance hall center start. I'm also gonna mark that as extremely high altitude. Yeah, so both of those, extremely high altitude and hall center start. Do I have those? Entrance hall center start, extremely high altitude. I'm close. So mark those two down, because those definitely did just happen. Don't anymore. I just need Mrs. Roll Cannon. Please pass self, Mrs. Roll Cannon. I have a request for you to check something once the Cybergrind run ends. It is a funny thing to look at in 1-1 out of bounds. Okay, if you want to just send it in the Discord, I'll probably take a look at it. I only need the instant corkscrew. Yeah, if they do another screwdriver instant, I will count that. That is another rail cannon without dependencies, unfortunately. Damn, missing up the virtue kills. That's so sad. You had the perfect setup and everything. Nice, good kill. Staying away from the gutter tank, very smart. Ooh, cool. Okay, but you did get hit for it. Clutch. Stupid swords machine. So you're not using a lot of oil is something I'm also noticing. You're using it to oil specific enemies, but not the floor. Is that something you've changed? Nice iconoclasms. Enderwriter, I want to know if you use more oil nowadays. Use more oil now? Okay, good. Most helpful chat I've yet to see. Oh, damn. No, you're missing all your hits. Okay, there you go. This is making me want to play Cybergrind, I can't lie. Just the chaos. Your screen shake is so violent. Oh geez. Ah, it could have been so much more. Yeah, again, I think ADA is a lot more fitting for you. Because the overheats solid launcher is just not it. Okay, nice. Nice, avoiding the gutter tank. I don't know if it's just you spamming the dash button, but you seem to be pretty good at avoiding gutter tanks from hitting you. That's satisfying. Oh dear. I had to say that seems like about a good time to lose. Yeah, there's nothing super wrong with your gameplay. It's just like there's a lack of strategy. I'm seeing. It's more just like go in and kill than there is like an overall strategy. I think the only strategy I'm noticing is the the death stars that you're trying to do. Ah, it could have been so much stronger. Nice. Pancaked. Very good at hitting your coins. Oh! I think that was a missed rail cannon right there. Missed rail cannon, unfortunate. It happens to the best of us. I don't even think I have that. Oh, I do. Oh, bingo! I got bingo. Oh, you also got bingo. I'm gonna give it to you because I've already won, so you get to win this. Maurice isn't helping you. That's sad. Yeah, you get bingo, Underwriter. I'm gonna give you the roll in the Discord. Congrats, Mister. Make sure you post your card. All right, Mrs. Rocannon. Yep. All right, that's a bingo. Awesome. Congratulations. You single-handedly have the most rolls in the server, I think. How many is that? Come on. Can I see? There you go. It's a lot of rolls, son. Do I reroll for a new card each submission you watch? Yes. Though, Ender, you can keep your card and you can play for Blackout if you'd like. So here are all of these spots for Blackout marked. I have no bingo rolls. It'll happen. Trust me. Everyone wins eventually. All right, new card generated. Perfect. Basically, the one appear next card. What do you mean? Oh yeah, Blackout. No. Blackout means that like if you've won, you can keep your current card and like try to get as many spaces done as possible. And if you fill out your entire bingo card, you win Blackout Bingo and you get another reward. But for now, yeah, only the winners can play Blackout. Yeah. If I make a submission, does it have to be on Brutal? You can play anywhere from Brutal, Violent to Standard. I will be less likely to review Standard and Violent ones, because I mostly play on Brutal. But if it's short enough, I might consider it. As long as it's not, like wave 40 to wave 120 Standard, No offense, I don't think I need to criticize much. Yeah. But yeah, make sure you join the Discord. Anyone who wants to participate in a bingo, you can join the Discord. The bingo card is in the... Actually, let me pin it. Bingo card is in the pinned message. You can create your own bingo card and join us. And yeah, you get the chance at winning a free roll. If you'd like your content, your recordings reviewed, you can submit stuff in the Cybergrind review channel, as long as you follow the Cybergrind review rules. So yeah, awesome sauce. Peaceful Cybergrind. How many new people do we have? Wow. People want to play bingo. People want to play bingo. What can I say? It's a good day to play bingo. All right. We're not going to play bingo for the rest of this one. We're going to play bingo on cloths. Because this one's already almost over. Will I have less likelihood of being reviewed if I don't use jackhammers? Nope. Definitely not. You will be equally likely as reviewed if you don't have jackhammers. Alright, let's continue this and wrap it up. I want to see how you die. Because you've been getting pretty easy waves so far. You got one insert this wave. Mind Flare. Ooh. I like it. 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 Nice. Oh, damn! Someone would have gotten pause's CG run here. That's really funny. It's sad. Don't count that on your card because we're not going to do. You know, we're not going to put any spaces on for this specific run. But someone would have gotten that. That's funny. And turning off screen share, can't imagine it. That's what I'm saying. That's also. And Mrs. Screwdriver again. Yeah, how do you die? Is it literally just... Yeah, I think you're just getting overwhelmed here. I mean, you've got health. You've got the style. Oh, you're losing style fast, though. Yeah. Yeah. Too aggro. Unfortunate. I mean, to be fair, you're up against Insers and, you know, Mind Flayers and stuff. When it comes to the jumpstart, which I saw you try to use there, it's so hard to use when you're like dealing with Swords Machines and Insurrectionists and Mind Flayers. They have so much health, unless you have ADA or something like, you know, ADD, to try to, you know, off balance that. For those who don't know, when I say ADA or like ADD or something, I'm referring to weapon loadouts. So like alternate, right? Default, alternate. So specifically going from top down, and then basically A meaning alternate, D meaning default. So if I had the attractor nail gun, this would be default, alternate, or DDA, for instance. Now, personally, I like this loadout most. This is my favorite loadout. But yeah. That was good, though. There were a lot of things you did right, a lot of things you did wrong. Didn't use oil. You definitely messed up your Death Stars a lot. You were definitely a floor dweller. You weren't really sliding a lot, and that was causing you issues. You had an over-reliance on the Whiplash because of that, and that was also a problem. And you also got too aggressive sometimes, supposing that, you know, your jump starts would go off well. But yeah, those are all really like loadout dependent things. You've told me you've adjusted a lot, so I think you understand a lot of those problems. I would love to see your updated gameplay at some point. Yeah. LMAO, when you mention default and alternate, you remind me of the guy who keeps mentioning calc is calculated for short. I know that video, yeah, it's such a stupid video. Got addicted to 1-1 speedrunning. Is that a problem? I mean, it's a cool one. I know the out of bounds tricks for it. I've never done it myself, but I've seen them. I'd be happy to throw live run in if there's time. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to focus super hard on doing Cybergrind review stuff here, but because this one's going to be really long. Maybe I'll do one more after this. We'll see how I'm feeling. This one's guaranteed to happen. Not sure about the next. That's all I'll say. I actually do want to play some Cybergrind as well, because I've been getting the itch, and I haven't really played Cybergrind in a hot minute. And maybe I can teach you guys a thing or two as I play. Oh, do you guys know each other? Okay. Yeah, so we're playing Bingo. Remember, if you want to join us on Bingo, you can go to the Discord, go to Cybergrind Bingo. You can acquire a card in the pinned message, and then, yeah, you can just join us as we play. If you get a Bingo, you call it out. If you notice things that I don't notice, you call that out too. All right. Hell yeah. Let's get going then. This is Cloth. What does Cloth have to say? Cloth is in the chat right now. So it's everyone say hi, Cloth. Everyone say hi, Cloth. I want to see hi, Cloth flood my chat right now. Hi, Cloth, big fan. Hello, Cloth. Very fun. Very, very, very fun. All right. So here's what Cloth has to say about their run. It's a PB run, so that's exciting. We're going to see some uncharted territory. Dramatic title, Cybergrind, but Mind Flayers is the bane of my existence. I feel ya. Basically me trying to go for a new PB, and it worked. Awesome. I had some scuffed rounds here and there, but we pulled through. How'd you like to improve? Sometimes I have a habit to red gauge Maurice, and sometimes that can end my run if I'm not careful. Also, is there any easier way to deal with rad flares when they're not drilled? Yes, I can probably help you with that. Also, any tips on landing parries on Radsers? Just practice. That's literally it. There's one thing though. When the insert does the side swipe or the overhead swipe, oftentimes if you're close enough to him, his punch will be like slow enough that you can parry it easily. Let me see if I can get a Radster here. I'm just doing this right now because might as well. It would use like this, you know. Hold on, I had no health there. Hold up. Son. Yeah, like that. Like his punches are a lot slower. Okay, except for that one. That one comes out really fast, regardless of where you are. Yeah, if you're far away, it'll come out faster. Like that. Jesus, man. I'm so bad at this. This is how you know I don't parry at all. I'm very, not reactive when I play. I'm very proactive. He also has enhanced damage on. Sorry, I'm just doing this for fun at this point. Yeah, like that. It's a lot easier when he does the side swipe and the overhead, if you practice enough. The other ones, you can definitely try practicing, but those are a lot less reliable in the heat of the Cybergrind. Yeah, like that one. That one is just insane. And you're supposed to jump into that one. You can also dash through them as well, that helps. Yeah, dashing is gonna help a lot. There you go. I hate Radsers so much. I never parry them, so I struggle. But you know, if you like parrying, that's how I'd recommend practicing. Focus on the overhead and the side swing ones. Those are the most easily telegraphed as well. All right, so you have 1,311 hours. No microphone, that's fine. No one has used a microphone so far. Mods use better weapons HUD, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yep, some pretty, like, aesthetic ones. Like to remain anonymous? Nope, okay. Are you a Jackhammer Acolyte? Of course, the core eject is the best one. Awesome. So for some reason, OBS stopped recording at the end of wave 80. I died 3 rounds later because of a hard special. Oh, okay, so we're not gonna be able to see that. Also unrelated to the run, but do you like my Cybergrind layout? I think I've told you that I like it in our VCs together, but yeah, we'll see. Awesome. Yes, of course I love this. Just the Lust City is so cool. Nice. Screwdriver on Virtue is risky because it does have exactly 10 health and it will kill it, but enemies will often deal damage to it, and then that can cause you to lose style gain. But overall, not a bad play. I think that was a missed screwdriver. Hold on. Yeah, it was a missed screwdriver. Sad. Make sure you put Mrs. Rail Cannon on there if you have it. I have that. Awesome. Purple. Oh, remember, it's the Lean Cybergrind. Yes. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me delete that. Awesome. Hold on. Are you running triple jackhammer? I need to just verify. Okay, that's 2 on cooldown. I think you just put all of your jackhammers on cooldown. That is crazy because you're running triple jackhammer. But yeah, that is all hammers on cooldown. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Because like I'm looking at the rail cannon thing. This is 16 seconds, and before you even reach 8 seconds on the charge, you've already put all your hammers on cooldown after like the 2-second parry buffer. I mean, pump buffer. So yeah, that's very funny. Yeah, this one just came off cooldown. Nice. That was smooth. And very smooth gameplay. Cool. It's okay. Wow. Petty. Nice overpump. I mean, yeah, overpump red gauge, and then also following it with a nuke. You like hitting red gauge here. It seems like you don't like using the jackhammer, like spamming the jackhammer super much. I like your oil placement for the most part. Okay, flicker nuke, cool. Another flicker nuke. Rail cannon on dead or dying enemy, technically, but it is the end of the wave, so I'm not going to count it. It doesn't matter what weapon you use to kill these guys. It's another missed screwdriver. Yeah, when you're dealing with ferrymen, I seriously don't suggest putting a screwdriver in them. They're very shifty, and also you had mind flayers on this wave. Definitely would have been better to put it on them. That's cool. The flashiest get back to the stage option. Oh dear. What would you even call that, what you just did? No idea. Yeah, I don't even know. Just realized there's no music. Do you always play without music? Here, since we have this up, put some music on. I also think it fits the vibe. Nice. Death Star. Ah, incomplete Death Star. Yeah, you seem to be using the rail cannon at very weird points. I'm definitely noticing that. I'm gonna say rail cannon on dead or dying enemy. Let's see. Do I have that? Rail cannon on dead or dying enemy. Yeah, definitely rail cannon on dead or dying enemy. I should count that as. Let me see what just happened. Wait, was that a slam? I can't even see. Your hand is covering. Okay. I would say that's extremely high altitude, but I don't think it. Sun. The least necessary thing you could do. Nice. Tough, am I right, man? Shut up. Complete and incomplete Death Stars, basically like, you know, if you do, you know, one of these, you know, how many am I gonna get? I get 3, right? I missed that one entirely. Versus a complete Death Star, which is like... Okay, I missed that one up too. Hold on. Did I? No, I got all 4. I'm an idiot. I can't count these Death Stars. I don't know why it's so hard for me. Yeah. Complete Death Star would be landing your shots on all the rockets and cores. An incomplete Death Star would be not doing that. You can add the core eject. That's part of what makes it so appealing, because you don't even need to do a Death Star. You could just do this. You know, like get onto a rocket, and then just do 2. And that's 14 damage to one target, right? Like, look how much damage this does to like a Mind Flayer. Okay, well, hold on. Stop shrinking. A lot, basically. You can 2-tap a gutter tank, for instance. Like so. Yeah, well, it does 14 damage, but the explosions themselves each do 5. And the hit scans that hit them does, you know... What's it called? They do 2 each. So it's like a Malrail. I don't know if you know this, but what the so like, for instance, where do you have it? Okay, Malrail next to the enemy does 6.25 damage, but a Malrail on the enemy does 8.25 damage because the explosion itself does 6.25 and the explosion, the hit scan does 2 damage, so you just add that on top if you directly hit the enemy. So that's basically the same situation for like, did I save? Man, fuck you. Die. Same situation for this weapon. Right? 5 damage and then 7 damage. I thought I did +1 to the virtue for some reason. Well, it does, yes. But the thing is, like, virtues for some reason. Here, how do I show this? I don't know how to. I'm trying to show specific comparison, but I guess here. Well, what here does 7 damage? Here. What does 7 damage is... Right? Yellow gauge plus feedbacker, right? So that's 6 plus 1, that's 7 damage. For some reason, instead of taking 7 damage, they take 8 damage. And that's specifically because the hit scan itself does an extra 1 damage on top of the 2, right? And so that's why... when you're dealing with a Radchu, which should have 15 health, and even with the E-Rail, like it does 50% extra damage to Virtues, it should only deal 12 damage to this Virtue, despite it having 15 health. But because it's a rail cannon, like the other hit scans, it instead does 16 damage. Because each hit scan is adding an additional 1 damage on top, and this weapon is 4 hit scans. So, and that's also why the orb survives. Is because each hit scan is doing just enough damage to pass through but not destroy the orb. So, fun facts. Wow, Gloost, huh? Nice. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm starting to question your choice of oil. Screwdriver's good. I'm gonna say random gasoline. Specifically because... do I have this? Don't have random gasoline. Damn. Specifically because, like, enemies aren't even going to be walking through here. You're trying to play on these ledges, which is what you're supposed to do. But you put oil in the place where the ledges aren't. So you're not getting any value from your oil. You know what I mean? They're down here. It's down here. And, okay, well, great. You're going to get, you can kill the filth. And Swords Machine walks through it. Okay, now it did 2 damage to the Swords Machine. So basically your oil in total did like 5 damage. So you want to put it in places where you know enemies are going to be. Yeah, I'm going to get mad at you if you play in this corner over here, but you know. Yeah, your oil is not getting any value. You see what I mean? That's definitely a huge consideration. You want to put oil in places where you know you're going to be, where the enemies are going to follow you. Oh damn, you missed that. Ah, so that's what you're doing. Got it. I like it. That was cool. That was a complete Death Star right there. Fun thing you can do if you really like doing Death Stars, you can combine... what's it called? Oil with your Death Stars, just like shooting it straight up into the air. So like while you're firing... Here, let me show you. It's like if you really like Death Stars that much, you can do this. You know? And like by the time your Death Star is done, assuming you did it correctly, you'd have a bunch of oil on the map. That would be saved for later. So, you know. That's all fun. Might want to try that. Yeah, it's up to you though. I mean, you don't have to, you know, if you don't want to super focus on Death Star stuff. But it is a consideration, and I've seen some players do it, or I've heard of them at least. I haven't seen them actually do it myself, but it sounds pretty legitimate. Here you go again. Yeah, like imagine if you were adding oil here. Damn. Totally blocked. This is an easy wave though. Once you get those items out of the way, there's, you know, literally nothing stopping you. Damn. Yeah, I think you're really greedy with those screwdrivers. Definitely hitting you where it hurts. Nice. That was cool. That was really cool. The backwards Swords Machine parry. I heard you miss it again. One tip I can offer when it comes to like landing more accurate screwdriver hits, if you know what your target is and then moving around, right? You can always here, do something. Right? If you whiplash onto them, the moment you get the whiplash off, you're basically guaranteed to land the hit. Let me get a more mobile enemy. So like, if he's jumping, right? Come on, do something. Nah, that's not a good enemy. Take a Mind Flare. Right, teleport. Okay, unless you're bad like me, you can pretty reasonably hit the Mind Flare as long as you whiplash onto her. So I would say practice that. Take like, you know, a really like fast enemy, and you know, practice landing your screwdriver after whiplash. Come on, be funny. Do the funny. Man, I suck. Alright, that's enough. You get it though. It can help to whiplash onto an enemy before you do the screwdriver hit, is all I'm saying. Because they have roughly the same projectile speed. And the whiplash is very inexpensive versus the screwdriver, which is not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a correlation between how much damage the enemies in V1 deal. I think they are different systems entirely. Yeah, they're mostly this like different systems. But generally speaking, the enemies like deal like 5 times the amount of damage to V1 as they deal to each other. That's like generally the rule. Cool. Nice. That was very cool. Ooh, the chain reaction. Oof. You don't really have very many like comfortable crowd control options. I'm noticing, because like all of those enemies would have been dead if you'd put some oil there, or like, you know, if you did a FUP, or if you continued using your over pumps. But I think you hit red gauge on it and you didn't have your, you know, rail cannon off cooldown, and that made it difficult to get a nuke in, which is probably what you're more used to. Nice. Very clean. Did you get gutter tank punched? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, you did. Gutter tank punched. Putting that on there. I have that. Probably the cleanest double mind flare. Yeah, I agree. For those playing bingo, make sure you put gutter tank punched on your card. You're not making very many mistakes, which is nice. Your gameplay is very clean. This is definitely a player who likes to play more for clips than playing for a PB, I think. Ugh. Definitely holding on to that overpump a little too long. You keep canceling your back blasts with dashes. It's not always terrible, but you're doing it a lot, and it's making me feel like, I don't know. I think you would appreciate using at least one shotgun. That's my suggestion. Probably the sawed-on. Just based on like your mid-rangey playstyle. You missed Whiplash 2 times? Oh shit. Misses Whiplash 2x in a row. I don't even have that. Man. You're not gonna miss a coin anytime soon. I'm not getting that ever. Is a rocket pull fail meant to be a puff fail? Like a fup? I mean, like, if you like try to shoot a rocket at something and you pull into you by accident, like if it's clear you did something by accident. It happens to me a lot where like I'll shoot a rocket out and I'll accidentally grapple onto it as opposed to something else. Nice. And now we Death Star. Oof. Yeah, you need. I haven't noticed that you are a bit slow to the nuke. You definitely want to be a bit snappier when you're using it. I think you just try to react to when you have thrown it instead of like actively trying to play around the 0.5 second draw time. Oof. It is hard to get used to because you get used to like bunting the core with the hammer and like that's like a 0.2 second delay. So I get it, but you know, it is something to consider. You know what it is, we really like the way Death Star is set up? I agree. It's just so satisfying. Oh dear. That was meant to be a nuke for sure. That was nice iconoclasm. Nice, really cool dive. Ooh, that's an iconoclasm fail. Where's that at? There it is. Blackout Bingo's getting kind of full. Damn, I don't have it. Someone's got to have Bingo by now. What the hell? Coin hits rocket at 6 minutes? Okay. I'll take your word for it. Do I have that though? Coin hits rocket. Alright, that's all I have. 9 left in your blackout? Nice. Maybe you'll be the first to win. It's funny. Those enemies can do nothing to you from afar. This is literally how you play against them. What is blackout? Basically, like people who have won, they can choose to keep their card and keep playing. And the goal for them now becomes to fill out their entire card. Coolio. Oh, pff, okay. Thanks, Schism. Nice. That was clean. That was, see, that right there is how you do a Death Star. That was really clean. Basically trivialize this entire wave just from killing those two virtues. You're very good at flicking to those virtues. I'm not very good at it. So I commend you for that. Yeah, literally. Yeah, do the thing. Son. Oh, damn. What is this? What was that? You haven't been using conduction a lot. You're very explosive heavy playstyle. I guess that's another thing. Like, your crowd control is making these waves kind of slow. Or your lack of crowd control, I mean. You aren't using conduction nearly as much as I would. More focused on, like, coins and explosions. Are flaps worth going for? Useful and of course they are. They're extremely useful up there. Nice. Nice. I like that. Smooth transition. I think there's another virtue though. Ugh. This is just a horrible wave. Okay, I don't mind your target priority there. Oof. Yeah, this is why I prefer the pump charge for dealing with idols. Hey, you survived all of this purely off of just your dodging here. Were you gonna go below A style? Ah, there it is. Alright. Sub A rank. This was a low density wave, so I'm not too surprised, but where is it? Sub A rank. Do I have that? I do not. God damn it. Make sure you mark sub A rank on your card. Just need chargeback fail? You need your past self to fail this chargeback. Oof. Oh, pause the CG run. Putting that on there. Pause the CG run. You probably clipped that, and I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Make sure you mark pause the CG run on your card. You need someone with a CE shotgun? Huh. Who knows? Nice. Glue sting, okay. How you turn on force rad? Just look it up. You'll find someone with the tutorial. It's just like a couple instructions I'm not ready to easily articulate. Oh my god, wow. Whoa, that could have been the end of your entire run. I panicked there, holy. Oh, Sturb took you with you. Took you with him. Unfortunate. Nice. You getting the one shots? Wait, did that just happen? Streak cleaner deflects rocket? Have you had a bit to clip yet? I don't think so. Here, there. Let's see this. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely can't. Wait, did they fall off though? No, they didn't. Okay. Yeah, that's Where did I put that? Fails sentry interruption bunt. If you have fails sentry interruption / bunt, have that. And then what was the other one? Streaking deflects rocket. Oh my god. What, here? Definitely not here. There's no street cleaners on this wave. It's gotta be here, right? Oh, there it was. Yep, I see it. Street cleaner deflects rocket / core. I don't have it. God damn it. Alright, let's go back to the present. If you have street cleaner deflects rocket / core, that is your calling. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one. Oops. Yeah, okay. So you are suffering hard and succumbing, unfortunately. Entrance / hall. Center start. You do not want to start in the middle of the map there. Very, very, very bad juju. You definitely suffer a lot for doing so. Because every enemy in this center here has a complete line of sight on you, and you're basically just letting yourself get pelted. Damn, someone's playing more rivals? Yeah, my friend is. So, it made it really difficult for you to get out of there. Fortunately, they're all basically kited, yeah, right over here, so you can get, like, pretty good value, but you do want to kill all those enemies that are sniping you first. If you can help it, yeah. Alright, perfect. Oh dear. Now's your chance to get a chargeback fail. Oof, I don't think you're feeling it though. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're feeling the chargebacks. Nice. Yeah, you can definitely punch it out of that Gutterman if you want. Nah, you're just gonna keep it for style. Then the screwdriver. Easy style. Maxed out. Yeah, you really like hitting red gauges. You're just not super jackhammer focused. Unless it's a CE jackhammer, that's a different story. Bro, Babo is locked in? What? Rocco, look at us. Oh, you have bingo. Oh, shit. Sorry, Bro, Babo confused me. Alright. Show us the bingo. It's in the server. Cybergrind bingo. Alright, strictly deflects core, rail cannon on dead dying enemy. Let me verify that one. Where is that? Rail cannon on dead or dying enemy. Alright, we have that. Random gasoline, yep, and yep. Awesome. Wow. Congrats. You, my friend, have earned the 2nd gen Cybergrind winner. Congratulations. Brocco, look at us. I'm so sorry, Clough. You couldn't, your past self couldn't give you the win on this one. Alright, you can pause the music now. I charge back a lot on races now. Yeah, I hear ya. Excuse me. Awesome. All right, sorry. I was just reading something someone sent me. Checking a ping. We'll do one more. We'll do a short one this time. I am feeling a little bit tired. I did just wake up like a few hours ago. But I think I also want to get a Cybergrind run in or two after this one. All right. This one already looks good. This one's short. Oh, I know this guy. Been hanging out with this guy recently. We'll do this one. I like this person. Alright, we will finish off yours, Clough. We're recording first. Yeah, we're gonna watch the rest of yours first. Gotta run, but I'll watch the rest of the stream later. Catch you later, Brock. Alright, see ya. Alright. Yeah, let's watch the rest of this. This is Hall. Alright, so you don't want to start in the center of Hall. Alright, and you seem to know that for the oh dear. Yeah, then this is exactly wise, because these Maurices are going to shoot the hell out of these like pillars on the sides, or in the middle, and they will just beam you down because of it. You haven't been able to break a single idol because it's just been unsafe. Oh dear. Okay, seems like seems like radiant gutter tanks are not quite your speed, not your tempo. Not my tempo. Damn, almost got the damage on him too. You haven't set these inserts on fire, which is definitely big trouble. And I'm gonna give that one extremely high altitude here. I say make yourself a new card, since we did get a bingo. So make sure you get yourself a new card before we continue playing. And then I don't know if we're gonna get another bingo, but oh, oops. Might be able to wrap up the stream with one more final bingo. If you've won the bingo, you don't have to destroy your card. You can try to play for blackout. But yeah. Which one was that just now? Completely forgot. Oh yeah, extremely high altitude. Boom. Do I have that? I'm an idiot. Hold on. One thing at a time. Extremely high altitude. I'm gonna say center start as well. Okay, also mark down entrance hall center start because we did just witness them play hall. So mark those two down in your new card. No insert fire, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Potentially gonna get that here. Or did that other insert just die? Yeah, I think the insert died, right? Without being on fire. Oh, okay, yeah. Kills an insert without being on fire. Where is that? That's somewhere. Doesn't set insert on fire. Yep. Mark that one down if you have it. Doesn't seem like I do. Oh, they did get gutter tank punched as well by the radiant gutter tank, so make sure you mark that one down too. Alright, so just to recap, so far on the new bingo card, we have doesn't set insert on fire, entrance hall center start, extremely high altitude, and gutter tank punch. All things to expect when you are on higher level Cybergrind like this with all these radiant enemies. Yeah, the radiant insert died. That's crazy. Under A rank 2? I'll take your word for it. Sub A rank. I don't have it. Damn. I'm already close to a bingo though. Nice. Cool, yeah. Yeah, new bingo for the same gameplay. This player is making like very few mistakes, so I'm gonna, you know, not make consistent mistakes is all I'm saying. Just for the tail end of it, because, you know, this is higher level Cybergrind, and you can get a lot more interesting bingo results from higher level Cybergrind. Oh shoot. Nice. Very nice. Alright, if you miss another whiplash, that's trouble. Alright, there you go. Okay. P rank bingo? That's kind of funny. Please tell me Dr. Divert uses CE shotgun. Oh dear. I think your rocket just got shot down. Where is it? Enemy intercepts ridden rocket. So if you have enemy intercepts ridden rocket, or no, it's sorry, enemy shoots ridden rocket. Not that one. Oopsies. Enemy shoots ridden rocket. Mark that one down. Jesus, how are they not dead? I think they're just not dead because you didn't put oil on the ground. Like, not enough, I mean. You didn't play around them. Because normally, they would have way less health if you just put some oil on them. Oh, that for sure was an off-screen parry. Come on. I feel like that was an off-screen parry. I'm gonna count that as an off-screen parry. Off-screen parry. Where is it? Off-screen parry. You're not really using saws enough for me to say bad saw trap. Yeah, no, you can only black out once during a stream. You can't keep your card for future ones. Nice, a late corkscrew blow. Oh geez. Alright, trying to find a good screwdriver target. Satisfactory. Is that all jackhammers on cooldown? Hold on. Red gauge. Red gauge. Red gauge. Alright, yep, that's all jackhammers on cooldown. Do I have that? Do not have that. Damn. Yeah, that's another suggestion I would give you, is like, if you want to play more with the jackhammers, don't put them on cooldown like that often. It's greedy and you can get away with it sometimes, but it is a lot more punishing than anything not having a second slot weapon. Damn. No failed conductions yet. failed, what's it called? Chargebacks. You gotta, oh my god, yeah, I was about to say, you gotta make a decision. I'm gonna say draws weapon does nothing. Draws weapon does nothing is on there. And I don't freaking have it. Goddamn. Yeah, send the schisms to the floor. That's what I'm saying. If you set more oil on the floor in like a more evil pattern and try to play around it, like here, now you're trying to play around it, and I respect this. Because that oil is getting like 50, 60 damage currently, not even, more than that. Arm cancel tech. Basically, if you press the swap arms button after punching, it'll swap you to the other arm and cancel your current animation. I don't even know you punched. Nice. This is rough. Yeah, we're not gonna see you die, I don't think. I think yeah, it's just gonna end abruptly. Damn, these screwdrivers are kind of clutch, I can't lie. Wow. It does nothing, insert. Nice, this is where it ends? Yeah. Alright. Well, my suggestions for you would definitely be focus on trying to minimize using your jackhammer excessively when it comes to like red gauge and stuff. Also focus on using oil in like places, like know where you're trying to play on a map, because you're playing very similarly on certain maps. That was failed chargeback. I don't think they were failed chargebacks. They didn't even like shoot cloth. I think the first one you're talking about was like way over here. I wouldn't say that was a failed chargeback because the sentry didn't even shoot. And then going forward a bit, I wouldn't say this is a failed chargeback because cloth didn't try to put a coin in front of this one. On Maurice? I don't think that was meant for Maurice. Also, wait, what intercepted your rocket here? The hell? What did that? Did an enemy land on your rocket? Hold on, pay attention. I think the soldier landed on your rocket. Or no, the filth did. I think the filth landed on your rocket. Your coin? Oh, the coin did. You're right. Yeah. I don't think you were trying to charge back anything else. So yeah. back to like recap stuff. Yeah, definitely don't use ferrymen as screwdriver targets if you can help it. Don't do that. I think you're just gonna, you're usually gonna miss your screwdriver. I think you do have a severe lack of conduction. I don't know if maybe, you know, it might be better if you just pop an overheat saw blade every once in a while, because there are times where you're just kind of doing nothing up in the sky and you could be doing something. So throwing down a saw blade can help, you know. Coin hits core rocket. Technically that counts. That's a really good call. Coin hits core rocket. All right, we're counting that. I don't even think I have it. Damn. But yeah, spent a lot on conduction a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I think you should develop your conduction mind a little more. You're using a lot of explosions for crowd control. Like you've got some great FUPs. Your nukes are good, you know, and you know when to use screwdriver appropriately. It's just a matter of hitting it more often than not and choosing the right target. Your Death Stars are great against the virtues you've been going up against. Yeah, I don't think you have any really bad matchups. I think it's just a matter of you're killing things too slowly. You're not using all of your options. You're kind of playing in and out like a really long con hit and run playstyle, I think is what I'm noticing. I do have it? Oh shit, I do. Thank you. Yeah, you sort of have a long con playstyle where you like play very safe without committing too much to a very strong crowd control. Okay. Well, hey, that's all I've got for you. Yeah, on to the next one. Got Dr. Introvert, who's another member in the server. I will ping them to let him know that I'm reviewing his gameplay. Awesome. Cool. All right, so let's see what he has to say. Keep your current card going, by the way. Don't reset your card. We will continue using this card considering no one's gotten a bingo yet. And I think we'll call the bingo there. And then I think I'm just going to play some Cybergrind runs, close out the stream. And yeah, that's the plan. All right. Let's see this. It's Dr. Introvert. Dramatic title, worst chargeback ever, question mark. Died within seconds, not PB. Video info, some of my thoughts were in the video description, but in short, this is 2 games. One that I instantly lost, and another that's the actual run. I figured the first run should stay in for the funny. All songs are listed in the description as they play in the video with a full playlist as well. Hopefully those rust will be smoothed out. With a PB of 69, I have a long ways to go before I can get close again. Improvements, mainly wanting to not make simple mistakes or having long moments of confusion when the threat I'm given is nowhere near the level I'm supposed to be struggling at. I was able to handle a bunch of tough stuff, but as soon as a moment like 1 minute and 39 comes along, I don't always know what to immediately do. Occasionally, I have a control issue as well, where I try to b-hop or try to conserve momentum, only to absolutely fail to make myself a sitting duck for a few seconds, wondering why I'm not moving. Plus, the death at the very end could have been avoided altogether had I landed my parry correctly, which shouldn't normally be an issue. Okay. 400 hours, no microphone, not anonymous. All right, we'll check out what kind of content you make. Jackhammer, yes. Hit stop, go burr. And bingo, yes. Awesome. Mod listed. Okay, probably just, yeah, random stuff. All right. What do you have in the description? Oh, just the music. Does anyone know if this Mega Nico or whatever, the song, it should show, right? Yeah, is this isn't copyright, right? I can use this? This can't be copyright. You don't think so? I don't think so either. I feel like so many people have used it in their videos. Yeah, just Cybergrind stuff. Oh, damn. He's been playing every day. Sick. So if you want some daily Cybergrind stuff, definitely check him out. It's CE Shotgun? Hold on. Is that it? It is CE Shotgun. Wait, that's huge. That is huge. You might actually see a blackout today. Wait, bingo? Yes, bingo. All right, show your card. CE shotgun is all it takes. Pain. Oh, I see. Yep. Doesn't set insert on fire. Got to tank plunge off-screen parry. Yep. That's a bingo for the Frenchinator. Instant cork blow and chargeback failure left. Awesome. If I do get a good wave, for example, wave 80, can I submit? Of course you can. I don't care what wave you submit. Just like whatever you think is a good example of like you succeeding and failing and how you want criticism. That's all I want. I don't care if, you know, PB or not. How much do I have to donate for the role on Discord? I mean, I think just donating it all, because I don't really have like a goal or anything. Actually, as a matter of fact, seeing like, yeah, server settings, I just realized that the Brocco donator role is not higher than the bingo rolls. Yeah, I think that should be more telling. But now you have, look at that. I think you've got, yeah. You got both of those cool rolls. It's going to ask you, why no card reset, but I'm good now. Yeah. I'll donate 1.67. How do you donate? Well, I don't want to tell you how to give me money, but I guess I'll assist as much as I can. I think there's a button on the bottom. Hold on. I feel bad being like, yes, this is how you give me money, but I don't know why those were my recommended. That's nothing close to what I watch. Yeah, so I believe if you're on PC, yeah, there's like this button here, this money sign thing on the bottom right. If you click on that, I think it should click on this. Yeah, if you click on that, I think you can submit money. I do want to do a thing eventually, so that people who donate money, they will have their Cybergrind gameplay showed first, but I'm only going to do like one donator Cybergrind gameplay review like every stream. So, you know, if 3 people donate, I'm not doing all 3 of theirs first and everyone just gets screwed. I'm going to do one at a time every stream. You know what I mean? So that if you donate, you're the first one, but then anyone can do the ones after that. I'm thinking about implementing a system like that. So considering if you donate now, and Frenchinator, I'll also give you permission too, since you have donated as well. You should set up a donate link instead of YouTube donations. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'll have to do some research, but we'll see. YouTube memberships when? I just don't know. Well, what would you guys want from a YouTube membership, you know? Like, well, what's there to want from the Broccolite channel? Because I know that YouTube takes some money from super chats. So maybe a donate link is better. Monthly support for you, King. Yeah, you know, but here, how about this? I'm thinking like, you know, maybe I'll set up a membership thing, and I'll probably have some like YouTube emojis for streams. I think that'd be fun. You know what I mean? Set up like, you know, my Broccolite pointing, wherever that is. I think it's in the starboard. Yeah, I'll set this up as an emoji, which would be really funny. I don't know, I'll have like, you know, 10 emojis. I'll go through, make some, and, you know, members can have access to that, and, you know, or maybe members can have access to more emojis, and I'll have some main like channel emojis that everyone can use too. Click this button to give me money. Yeah, we'll see though. You know, I'm still new to this YouTube thing. I do obviously need to consistently stream. Oh my gosh. What is that? Oh, that's the Romanian currency, yeah. Thank you so much. Let me give you a heart and a like. Thank you so much, Claw, for donating. I appreciate Every amount of money, literally, it means so much to me. Next time, Cloth, you send a Cybergrind submission, you can ping me, okay? Ping me when you do that, and then I'll put that, like, you know, in one of the next reviews I do. Of course, buy yourself a coffee. Thank you. And French Nader, same goes for you too. If you want me to review one of your things, you have the pass to just be like, hey, I donated. I get one free, you know, review. So, of course. Yeah. But we are going to wrap up the stream with this one, so I'm going to just cut straight to this. Thank you so much, Cloth, yet again. Awesome. Thank you, French Nader. All right. Let's continue. Oh! Okay. Off rip, that's pretty funny. I think that is definitely a conduction fail. I mean, not a conduction, a chargeback fail. So chargeback fail is going on there. If you have it, make sure you mark that. Oh, wait, no. Wait, is this the old card? Yeah, that's right. We do a card reset. I forgot about that. Winners, you don't have to reset your cards. CE Shotgun is on there. All right, let's get a new card going. My DPI shifted. So annoying. All right, sorry, just deleting some tabs. All right, here's my new card. All right, which ones do we have already? We already have Chargeback Fail and CE Shotgun are on here. I don't have CE Shotgun. Damn, the one time someone's running a CE Shotgun, I don't have it. Stream over. Yeah, that's definitely a chargeback fail. If only Brock would counter mine from the very start. Hey, listen, again, like I said, if someone does it for damage, I very well might count it. But so far, I think Cloth literally used it only for style for the most part through all of those things. Please pause your game, piff the clip, and Instacore Sublo. Alright, what? We're watching yours. I'm an idiot. Alright. Here we go. Happens. It happens. We're gonna see an instant nuke. Oof. Yeah, I think small rule of thumb, you definitely don't want to be nuking like instantly into dropping into a wave, because enemies, number one, enemies spawn in procedurally, so you won't get a lot of value for the enemies that spawn in after. And then also idols might spawn like that. That's a huge risk. And another thing is that gutter tanks and gutter men, they come in through drop pods and they're invincible for the first 2 seconds that they drop. So you definitely want to avoid using the nuke too early. I think what was that? I would say, I mean, it's a bad rail cannon. I'm just gonna call it Mrs. Rail Cannon. You know, you didn't really hit anything special, and the enemies that were closest to you were idled. So, Mrs. Rail Cannon, I'm gonna count that. Where is that? Unless I don't have it. I guess I don't have it. Shucks. Oh god, the screen shake. And listen, Ender Rider, I might just pity give it to you, because you being the first, you know, what's it called? What the hell? What is this song? Sorry, hold on. I missed a lot of things. I got so distracted by the song. This is just auto-tune like a video. I don't even know. Yeah, so don't get gutter tank punched. That's what I was looking for. Is that all jackhammers on cooldown? Hold on. Sorry I'm cutting back so many times. No, it wasn't. Okay. They hit a yellow gauge on the chainsaw jackhammer. Yeah, see, like, you didn't hit the soldier, right? And that soldier who's, you know, susceptible to the red explosions. You didn't even hit him, and nor the schism or anyone. This is why I don't like nuking, by the way, because, like, it doesn't even hit very many husks and burn them. It's kind of just lame for that, but, you know. Seem like altitude or nah? It was the end of the wave. I don't really count that if it's the end of the wave. If it's, like, mid-wave, then definitely, yeah, but... Oof. This is a crazy song. I like your gasoline. Just, that mannequin did not deserve that. Yeah, you should get these one-shots pretty easily. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I like it. Bread and butter moves on a virtue. Alright, all jackhammers on cooldown. Mark that down if you have it. Damn, I do. Okay, good. I was about to say. Yeah, I was about to say that poor mannequin. It's funny because mannequins have 50% reduced explosion damage, but the only reason it died is because it was directly next to the... Oh, damn. Directly next to the nuke. That's Mrs. Rail Cannon for sure. Which I think I have. I do have that. I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, that's already Mrs. Rail Cannon. We already have that, though. You do like using red gauge. I won't say that's extremely high altitude. There's only one enemy left. Doesn't really matter. Why was he blue? What? Why is he blue? Is that... It's a custom skin. It's gotta be. It's like a Miku swords machine, I think. Yeah, Miku swords machine. Yeah, see, I like, you know, using red gauges on virtues is fine, but then you get into this position where you're also being chased by a mind flare. This is crazy wave luck, by the way. It doesn't really matter because there's only one, not enough like other enemies to support her. But yeah, that stuff definitely won't fly. Spamming red gauge on virtues won't fly in later waves. Yeah, I'm waiting for the moment that our player here will get punished by going so high in the arena like that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that's how they're gonna die, is like going up there and then getting like chased by Mind Flayer or like virtues. They haven't really done it when it mattered against like virtues and Mind Flayers. Nice. Oh dear, okay, that's a long whiplash. That is a long distance whiplash if I've ever seen one. Very nice. Oof. Oh, look at that. Very cute. Oh, jeez. Alright, you took that very, very slowly. Oh jeez. Okay, you actually played this really well. you didn't have a center start on this map. That's what I was looking for. You actually played above or beside the map instead. Definitely how you want to play this. So big props for that. Charged weapon does nothing. Oh, you're so right. Charged weapon does nothing. Yeah, I was too distracted trying to see how they would play that. Oh my god, no way. I like how the oil is so evenly spread apart that it just looks like it has pimples. Like the Cybergrind map has pimples. Oh, that's for sure. You kill one of those. Ugh. Yeah, you keep prematurely pulling out the rail cannon. You definitely want to be more disciplined. That is a guard break fail right there, if I've ever seen one. Where is it? Guard break fail. Oh my god, how have you guys not gotten a blackout at this point? That's crazy. Guard break fail for those who have it. Damn, he's been one-shotting every virtue perfectly. And instant corkscrew blow, so if I end up winning this, that means we get a blackout. Jesus. Setting up already. So much oil. Just keeps doing it before anything spawns. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Here, I would definitely focus on putting, this guy's got so many virtues in his waves. Holy shit, dude. This is absurd. Yeah, I would definitely focus on putting a screwdriver on that insert. Because if that was a higher wave, you would have had a lot more threats. Keeping you pressured. Oh my god. A nuke there would have been really good, but you missed it, unfortunately. She's dancing while playing. Dude. I think he dies on this wave. Damn. Yeah, that's Ferryman right there. Alright, well, I think, Ended Rider, for your sake, because honestly you deserve it, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna review the first thing we did today. This one. Yeah, I want us to go back and I want to see that instant screwdriver. And I want to, yeah, it's right here about. Okay. I'll give it to you. You get instant corkscrew blow because I remember criticizing in a previous video, like, you know. I remember criticizing in a previous video, like, don't use your rail cannons on. It's literally one of my thumbnails, I think. Come on, bro. Give me YouTube. Like, I think my thumbnail is literally, yeah. Don't waste your rail cannon. I'm going to say it's instant corkscrew blow. So, Ended Rider, I'm going to give you the blackout on this one. This is for a previous one, so, you know, I don't think we got a bingo. Which is kind of sad on this final one. But, there you go. Haha, Irogo Burr, yeah. Is that actually... It's so dumb. These thumbnails are so stupid. Oh, hey, does that mean you have blackout? You love those thumbnails? I actually want to know, what's like your favorite thumbnail, like all you guys? I think my favorite thumbnail has to be this one. The you 3 hours 2 damage, me 4 million hours 4 damage. I think that one is so funny. It's a Discord? Awesome. Damn. Do I have a blackout roll set up yet? I do not have a blackout roll set up. All right, let's see. Here, you get to help me make the roll. Create roll. You can call it just blackout. Should we just make it black? Can I have the donator roll? Oh yeah, I haven't given you that. I'll give you that. Is this good? Black or P rank yellow? That's not a bad. Here, let's see what this looks like now. Huh. Yeah, I think yellow is probably better. Blackout, bingo, winner. And we will make it P rank yellow. There you go. Does that look good? Also, yeah, cloth, let me give you that roll. Brocco donator. I'm almost tempted to make it purple just for your sake. Yellow's your favorite color? That's fair. You know what, screw it. I think it would look better purple anyway. I think pink stands out. Like this weird magenta color stands out too much. There you go. Supporter gang grows by the day. It does, indeed. P ranking bingo. Yeah, literally. That's a really good. Should I just call it like P rank? The P rank bingo instead of just blackout bingo. P rank bingo. Is that good? Honestly, that might be better. Yeah, the correct spaces are yellow. That's what I'm saying. P rank bingo. There you go. Yeah, it's a lot more fitting that way. Awesome sauce. Seems to fit more with CG. Yeah. All right. I think. Wow, that's loud. Holy. The sound difference is crazy. All right, I've got a lot of stuff on my desk. Hold on. Let me move some stuff around. I'm gonna play some CG to end it off. Don't know how long I'll go, but we will see. Alright, time to deal with the miserable first wave. I'm so stupid, I suck. Holy, I suck. This is how you know I'm washed and I've been playing too much of other games. Too many. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I heard the double ding and I thought for some reason that it shot twice. Hold on, let me lock in. What the? Okay, I just got sucked into that. What the hell? Wow, she died to my whiplash. Alright, see ya. Son. I hate this map just for that reason. Just for the fact that you can easily and accidentally do slam storage inside of those little caverns. Do you see what I'm doing, Cloth, with like my oil? How I'm like kiting enemies into it? I'm getting maximum crowd control value from it. God, I've been experimenting a lot with other conduction builds lately. Oh, fuck you, dude. You have no idea how often that happens to me specifically. Wow, unlucky. Our loadouts and strategies are very similar. Take after each other, us Jackhammer fans. Come on, son. Oh wow, they just pushed him off. I'm sorry, son. It's really fun hitting enemies' heads with the piercer. Damn. Awesome. God damn it. Awesome. How do you best deal with large groups of storage machines? Do what I do. You just kite them to the edge. Like this. There's literally nothing they can do about this. Okay, these drones. Not only are they susceptible to just my explosions, but Maurices that are behind them are going to light them up with their projectiles. So you get really good friendly fire value. I could die here. Wow. I did not even know there was a stalker on that map, and I did not know that Gutterman was going to be sanded. That could have cost me the whole game right there. Wow. Need to play off stage more? Yeah. Conduction chains, I love you. And just like that, every enemy is at low health. Damn, I hate my life. Damn. I'm putting all my ult right here in this corner because I'm anticipating all the enemies to come over here. Even though I'm getting knocked around, these Maurices are killing all of the enemies with the explosions they're hitting me with too. So it's fairly inconsequential. I'm lagging right now. Oh god. Hey, screw you. Good night, Impersonator. Son. Yeah, hitting headshots with the piercer is so much fun. It's just so much style. Delicious. This should be a pretty easy wave, as long as I stay in a corner. Yep. They'll do all the work for me. Jesus, man. I love that virtues can just be like a million miles away for no reason. It's awesome. Son, no. Son, don't do this to me. I suck. Wow. Any insta kills for Rad Maurices? There is one, but it is fairly costly. I think I could do it here. I don't think I did it correctly. I didn't. Yeah, he's low though. Yeah, he died to 6 damage. You can only do it with the sawed-on jackhammer. Holy. How was that? What are the answers doing? Yeah, I know, right? This answer down here just threw. Dude! Dude! Oh my god. It's too easy, dude. It's funny. I just clipped that, yeah. That's what I mean though, it's like Instars and yeah, Instars all share like similar AI. No matter where they spawn, they're just gonna jump into the same places as each other. So they can very easily and predictably be kited into the same places where they'll either jump on each other or, you know, get stuck in the same place just like that. Right there, crowd control, played to a T. Exploiting Gutterman explosive damage by kiting every enemy into the same part of the map. All the Maurices are dying because of that. And then also finish them off with conduction. And that, my friends, is why waves get easier and easier as you go. At least, you know, for the most part. Not always. Did I miss my E-rail there? Wow, I did. 111. Son. The Gutterman just acted as complete body shields for me against those Maurices. You're doing something right when the sound cuts out, I agree. Damn, I suck. Holy. Oh, I thought I would slam on the jump pad. Oopsie daisies. Hold on. Got an itch in my ear. That's what I mean by friendly fire. Literally all of them just pelted those swords machines. Now all the races are dead because of the explosions. Leaving nothing but the Serbs because they're the slowest on the map. Yeah, you don't want to spend too much time in the center here for that reason. I could have just ended up exactly like that Gutterman, for example. Like I said, leave it to the insurrectionists to just kill everyone. And themselves. Damn, I almost had that. I see you. Look at that. Upper pump caching is so much fun. I tried double boosting, but can never get it down. Yeah, I'll probably make a more accurate guide to it soon. That right there is what we call a triple conduction. Perfect jumpstart into E-rail into jumpstart conduction. Completely trivialize this wave. This is gonna be a hard one. Okay, we got mind flares. Dead mind flare. Yeah, easy. Just need to not die to a Maurice. Who cares that jackhammers don't give you style? I just spammed that thing like 6 times in a row, and I'm still at ultra kill, dude. This is just pure evidence for the complete misconception that jackhammers don't give you style. That right there is why I run near an activator. If I beat my PB on stream, that would be absolutely insane, dude. That would be crazy if I did that. That right there is where the Slarp is probably best on any map ever. Oh, you serious, dude? Ah, whatever. I didn't even know there was an insert that entire wave. Yeah, I got hit by that, what's it called? The hideous mass that was, hitting me from underneath the map. I didn't even know there was an insert there. I genuinely panicked from that. That's fine, though. Oh yeah, TikTok control it. Yeah, but hey, that right there is why I run all the weapons that I do run. I think that's a good exemplar at the very least. But yeah, I'm probably gonna turn the stream off soon. So is there anything, any questions you guys have for me before I go? Shut up, Catmint. Hell nah. What's your arm cancel bind? It's my left shoulder button. Hold on. Should say it. Yeah, it's my top shoulder button on my mouse. So my mouse has like 2 buttons on it, 2 on the left side, and there's a top and bottom one aside from left and right click. And I just press the top one on the side to swap. Or caps lock. I haven't used caps lock in a while. I honestly should remove that bind. But yeah. Broadcast off streamers. Shh. Quiet. Listen, there's one. I really wish I was good with the sawed-on shotgun. Genuinely, it has so much potential. Potential, man. Hey, of course Handy Boy shows up the moment that fucking shotguns come into question. Now that Catman's here, the shotgun virus spreads. Do you see my shotgun shadow cult post? No, I have not. I have a crappy office mouse, but that works well enough. Yeah, put mine on X. Yeah, I can't reach Z, X, and C like when I'm playing the game because all my fingers are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I personally don't use those buttons. Maybe I will, like, you know, for the golden arm or whatever, eventually. SO Shot is the only one I used for the longest time. It's the only good one, in my opinion. Yeah. You definitely can. That's the only button that I'm like, maybe. I considered using Z on my, because I don't run Malrail normally. It's not in my my rail cannon swap like list, whatever you call this, my rotation. It's set completely to a different button on my mouse, in case I want to do, you know, one of those. I never do want to do that, so you know, when am I ever going to get value? But who knows. Mouse on 2 for you? No Malrail? No, I don't use Malrail ever. I'm a hyperconduction man myself, Catmint. Hyperconduction. And I only use 1 nail gun, by the way. You only need the overheat nail gun for conduction. You don't need the jump start. Jump start buns. Jump start nail gun, that is. All you need the jump start for is the secondary fire. That's literally it. You can? Okay, that's the thing though. I have what's it called? A mod. Variant weapon binds. And I can set certain things. Like for instance, in my my revolver cycle, I don't have the sharpshooter in the cycle. So like if I press 1, it just gives me these 2. But if I press tab, it gives me this button. Right? So if I want to, like, you know, if I'm in that corridor map that has that really nice like corridor right here, I can just sit in that corner and like as the Maurices and the swords machines are firing at me, I just shoot 1 that goes all the way down, 3 bounces, I get 3 7 damage explosions. It's huge. But this isn't very good on most maps. Yeah, and I can do that multiple times too, so like 21 damage explosions every time you use it, basically on certain maps. Step 1 of my takeover. Turn weapon cycling off entirely? Dang. I mean, that's not, yeah. I was about to say, I personally am somewhat similar to that, like, you know, using the E and Q for slot buttons. I use E for variant slot 1, right? So if I want to do fast coining like that, and then I use Q, Q automatically takes me to the sawed-on jackhammer, which is just the last jackhammer in my swap, and sometimes I want it, so, you know. I have T set to this as well, so if I want to do like a, you know, instead of like pressing the button twice, I don't know. I tend to just press the button twice anyway and just completely neglect that, but you know. You know. You don't get flicker newts at all. Basically, all you're doing. Okay, so here I'm gonna make like a thing of this soon. So the thing you need to know is that the core, like here. What if I do this? Yeah, you see how like when I tried to aim that way, it didn't just send the core in that direction. It sent the core in the angle of that direction, right? So it, like the hit scan was intercepted by this despite my crosshair being up here, right? So the core needs to go from where it is to my crosshair. It doesn't just go to my crosshair. So if it's down there, right? Okay, well, that was bad. Okay, let me try to get a good example. Right? You see that, how it killed me instead of going in the direction I wanted it to and not doing damage at all? So basically that's what core, you know, this is, right? If I tip my rocket down and I hit my rocket, throwing the core out in the middle of that lets the rocket hit my core instead of going forward. So like, me hitting the rocket like this, throwing the core out on top of it, because the rocket's pointed downward like that, and I'm aiming forward, and I'm putting the core on top of the rocket is hitting the core. RTC nukes mentioned, my beloved. Yeah, and so that's what like you need to avoid when you're doing like dual boosts or double hammer boosts. Is that exact problem? You don't want your rocket to hit your core. Instead, you want the rocket hit scan to go past the core. So the reason why I suggest always like looking down when you do this is so that the rocket hit scan from behind me can go below the core that I'm trying to drop on top of it, right? Yeah, basically that's it. Very interesting tech. Yeah, it's why this weapon is easily, like, probably the most broken weapon, like, in the game. Just overall. Like, and in speedrunning also, like, people are using this in speedrunning, and it's just crazy. Because, like, there's some tech where, like, if you release the core and it kills an enemy or something during red gauge, you can add an extra, like, 50 units to your movement speed, and on top of that, if you slam during that and hit the enemy, it also adds an extra 50 units, so you can move it, like, 200 units no problem with this weapon. Like, it's fucking nuts. Like, this weapon is good in speedrunning, it's good in Cybergrind, it's good in levels. There's no place where it's bad. I think it needs a nerf. The other two, though, they're a lot more balanced. I seriously think this one's better than the Solid, on which a lot of people will probably disagree with me for. I will keep refining my Eldritch tech because I actually like how core snipes feel. Listen, I want to like core snipes. They're cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. Like, I like the way, like, shooting a rocket feels with the revolver. And, you know, I can imagine it's similar dopamine. But are you really a broccoli? I mean, look at my V1. What do you think? You tell me. Here, let's take a look at the thing you sent in Shotgun Shadow Cult. Huh. Wait. So wait, what are you doing? Why is it stacking with the revolver? This is coin. This is more like coin tech than it is anything else. Why is it stacking? Oh, are you talking about double core sniping? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Can you, like, ping the thing? Yeah, and then there's that. There's triple P boosting. This is like the one thing the shotgun can do that's actually better than the jackhammer, like by a margin. Yeah, he's sniping the core with the rail cannon and then hitting a coin as well. But weirdly, like, I don't know why you would hit it with the revolver is all I'm saying. Does it add damage? Because you're getting the 8, and then it comes out to 10 after this coin, and then the 7. But it kills. Why? Hold on, okay, so you're also getting... You're getting the split coin, I think. You can throw coins through cores. Is that tech? Is that coin tech? I don't know. I know like very little coin tech. Gotcha. So you're combining that with a core. I mean, sure. Yeah, they blow up rockets, not cores. I don't know why. That's cool, though. I didn't know about that. Does this justify using the CE shotgun? No, not in my opinion, but, you know. Yeah, no, what were you... I told you to go in the server and ping the... Like, reply to the thing that you wanted me to see and ping me. I trash talked you in that very clip before. Hi, Olaf. My dog is here. Hi there, buddy. Also, Frenchnator sent me something. All right. Just this one? Oh yeah, I saw this one. Is this just slurp coining, but... Oh, slurp coining, and then you also add projectiles, right? Yeah, and it causes an extra explosion. Yeah, I know about this. This is what some people refer to this as what is it? P bursting? Projectile bursting? Like shooting a shotgun projectile with a slurp. I genuinely wish there was more if there were more interactions between the slurp and the shotgun like pellets like that, that would be amazing. I would genuinely rate the shotgun way higher. This doesn't seem to me much like a, you know, a CE shotgun exclusive, but it's still cool. Yeah. I thought I just happened to wake up, but now I fear I was actually summoned again. Yeah, I just summoned. I summoned you. These are funny words. I just like the colors. It's very beautiful. This is like fireworks. Very cool though. I wish projectile bursting was a lot more like accessible. It's so sad because a lot of the like advanced shotgun tech is just so niche and like near impossible to like pull off in like actual scenarios. Like maybe like the core sniping stuff is definitely better, but like triple boosting and like melee P boosting and projectile bursting are all like barred by like, you know, 1,000 hours of like ultra kill. You know what I mean? And that sucks. I would if they were more like naturally meant for this stuff, then I would appreciate them more. But unfortunately, they're not. They're barred by having me to explain it to whoever wants to know, because yeah, it's true. Hello, Monica. My girlfriend's in chat, by the way. Aesthetic A. Everyone say hi, Aesthetic A. Aesthetic A. Thank you. Aesthetica. Hello, Broccolites, Brocco wife. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see you're messaging me. But yeah. Me though? Me personally? I still love the jackhammer. And look, I will give this. If there's any way that I could possibly improve the way I play, well, there's two ways, and they're both with the same weapon. It's with this one, for sure. I definitely can be doing more like that for bonus damage, because that right there just did like, what, like, I don't know, enough damage to kill him in like roughly 15 damage. That was roughly 15 damage. That's all I'm saying. I could be doing so much more of that, and I'm not. And I'm embarrassed because it's literally just free damage. You gotta check, it's nothing crazy. Okay. You know what I mean, though? Like, as someone who... Well, I don't really call myself the jackhammer guy, but people tend to. I'm a bit ashamed that I don't do that more often, that I haven't put my brain into doing that a lot. I don't know, it is just potential. I do love doing, oh my god, hit stop pumps and pump caches are so... I love this weapon so much more after I discovered pump caches. Pump caches are so much fun to do. Because especially when you're using it to like one-shot like rad chews, for instance, and you know you have to travel an extra distance to get to the next rad chew, you can go 2-second pump, one shot, 1 second over pump, one shot, and it's just so satisfying. Literally saving a half second on a kill. And never use CE before discovering all the Pierce tech. Honestly, I hope that goes somewhere. I really do. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Does anyone know if people can hype streams on mobile too? I don't know. I mean, I'm about to end stream anyway soon, so, you know, definitely don't hype it. Save it for, you know, your other favorite YouTubers and whatnot. Just learn the refreeze rocket riding, so you can more frequently insta ride. Yeah, quick mount. I call it quick mounting. Insta rides are also a really nice name. Yeah. I also don't really do much CE tech. I don't know. I don't find it super important to know, you know, do nukes or like, you know, RTC nukes. I'm on my laptop right now, so I can anyways. Yeah, don't worry about it. Hype points. But yeah, I think the jackhammer I've truly mastered is definitely the PC jackhammer. I love this weapon so unbelievably much. Hope it. They really don't. They're literally some of the worst weapons in the game. I can't lie. It's just the versatility is only limited by close and far range. They're like a more complex revolver. Jackhammer is busted in the right hands, just not in my hands. Hey, listen. Never say never. Also, do you guys like how you can't even see my weapons unless I zoom in because of my FOV? Shotguns are great as the second weapon you got. I mean, no, yeah, they're definitely great as they're way better than revolvers for sure. But you know, I liked Joako's suggestions for buffing the shotguns, making the shotguns more like rocket launchers, but still unique. Basically, like what he suggested was that you should be able to use the secondary fire of the shotgun you're using during the swap animation, the 0.45 swap animation, so that if you're using the pump charge, you can add 1 pump during the swap. I think that'd be cool. And then, you know, for the CE, you could, while you're, you know, drawing the weapon, you can charge the core. I think that would also be cool. And, you know, same for the sawed-on, you know, you can charge it, blah, 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 for distance. Told him to add that. Great change. Genuinely great change. It makes overpumps with this weapon kind of busted. I can't lie. It literally just makes, like, what is that? 1.25 second overpumps. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe you could do that and then also increase how long it takes to overpump. Like maybe each overpump takes 0.45 seconds. I think that would be a good balance for that. That way it takes 1.4 seconds to overpump, which is faster than the jackhammer. And also it works perfectly in tune with the actual swap time that it takes with the shotgun. When I become rich, I'll donate $100 and become famous amongst my fellow commenter peers. It'd add parity between the two versions too. Wait, also if you could fire a shotty while charging saw, that'd be cool. I mean, you kind of can. Saw boosting a thing, like pairing your saw as it comes out so you don't have to charge it? Yes, it is. Oh, hold on. It's also like, you know, part of the gimmick. Because, like, here, what if I can also get multi-P boost in, which is good for crazy good damage. Basically getting 2 P boosts for the price of 1. Very good. You meant with holding the saw? Yeah, you meant like shooting while you're charging the saw. Yeah. Also, yeah, take a break after you stream for 3 hours. I could never. Yeah, I am getting a little bit tired, but I'm enjoying this conversation, so I am gonna talk about this a little bit longer, and then I think I'm ready to close stream. But yeah, Handy Boy, I want to know what you think about my suggestion for the pump charge. Because while I like the idea of being able to pump during the swap animation, I think that you should decrease the speed of the pump by a little bit so that you're not getting 1.25 second over pumps. No, it doesn't. I mean, it takes 1.65 seconds now to get an overpump. And then if you were to extend the pump like duration to 0.45, that'd be 0.45 during the draw. And then 2 more of those is 0.9. That's 1.35 second overpumps. My point the first time was pump caching with the shotgun to Joko, but didn't add in that. I mean, I don't think you really can pump cache with it. I guess you can. Well, I guess because here, right? Because when you shoot with it, it has this long animation, right? 0.9 seconds. So you could maybe pump during that, is what you're suggesting? I love you, Monica. Gonna sell my belongings except for my Jeff merch for $1 bajillion. That'd be cool. I don't know. I still think that they should definitely... I love the idea of being able to use the secondary fires during the swap, and I just think that a 1.25 second overpump is just kind of OP. It buffs the dumb playstyle of just going, haha lol, haha lol. Okay, well, I'm doing it wrong. You know, just being like... Start of the wave, boom, and then whatever. I'm not dumb, so I don't use it. And then doing overpump, and then being like, you know, nuke. What do they call it? Fop overpump nuke? It's just dumb. It's just brainless and stupid. And it buffs that. I don't think we should be buffing that. Can't fup, never text me again. Listen, I can. It's just hard to fup with the specifically with the frozen ones. I can easily do it with anything else. It's just really hard to do with the frozen ones. I don't know why. I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. I'm kidding, neither can I. That's funny. Like, I can do it really easily without any frozen rockets. But it's so hard to do the moment you give me frozen rockets. Is it good that I'm getting to wave 22 without Jackhammer? Playing Steam Deck mainly? Damn, that's brave. Listen, I don't know how Steam Deck feels, but I can't imagine it's too good. This game's not optimized for controller play. But yeah, listen, Handy Boy. Love the idea of doing, what is it called? Swap time secondary fire interactions. It's basically like, you know, using coins or magnets or anything like that. And then just barely pushing the actual pump animation back a little bit. 0.05 seconds per pump. I think is perfect. You know what I mean? Because currently, you can basically just pump and get... no, you get an overpump in 1.2 seconds, actually. 1.2 second overpump? That's busted. Like, come on. 1.2 seconds, 10 damage. 1.2 seconds, 10 damage. 1.2 seconds, 10 damage. With the Jackhammer, you're currently limited by 1.5 seconds and then an overpump. And if you... that's already strong. If we do better than that, that's too much. It's hard to think of attack with a weapon that does one thing and that thing is already strong. What do you mean? Like, are you talking about any, like, one-hit wonder techs that are incredibly OP on weapons? Yeah, controller ULTRAKILL is crazy. Yeah, I agree. Great job. Any buff to pump charge is a buff to overpump. Well, yeah, but, you know, I think that if you're making such a drastic change as cutting the overpump time down by 0.45 seconds because you can pump frame 1 of swapping to the weapon, you should definitely extend the time it takes to pump, at least by a little bit. And I think that you actually, like, make the pump more uniform with how the Jackhammer is, because the swap time is 0.5. And then the swap time for the shotgun is 0.45. So if you make pump 0.45 instead of 0.4, I feel like that to me is more uniform, number one. Number two, it balances an OP change to a pretty decent weapon already. And then it also still makes it more appealing than the Jackhammer. You know what I mean? I feel like that's really good. Yeah, like, I don't know, because I think, again, a 1.2 second overpump, you're literally cutting like 0.45 seconds off an overpump if you're doing that. That's fucking nuts. So, you know, I would still love that though. I would genuinely consider running like these weapons. Now more than ever, I would have to run the Sawdon. You know what I mean? Being able to charge the distance. Honestly, that would make melee P-boost even better. I feel like. Because if you're pulling into an enemy, you can release the chainsaw early and then do a melee P-boost and do like a half gloost pretty consistently. That'd be kind of nice. I'm gonna go play CG now. Yeah, see you later. It's nice, yeah. Yeah, I'd consider it. Seriously, I'd consider just fully dropping the Jackhammer for this. Not these two, though. These two are my precious. I don't know if tech to really say anything about balancer improvements. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate. How many hours do I have in this game? This is how many hours I have in this game. 2,162. Too much. Too much. It's too much. But yeah, I really do like that. And then now all that we're left with in terms of like weapons that are poorly balanced are like the piercer and the attractor nail gun and also the jumpstart saw blade launcher. I think those are the only weapons that are still weak. Maybe the overheat saw blade. I think the overheat saw blade should proc jumpstart cord. I think it should do that. I think that'd be sick. And I think that's the only change it needs for it to like be good again. Jackhammer looks so fun. And you have a chance with P ranking minus prime. What difficulty are you on? Why would you switching from shotgun to jackhammer takes 1 second to actually get jackhammer value? Well, because, well, at least with the binds I have, I can swap immediately. Like, I can be on this and swap immediately to the saw. Right? And also with this mod, which I believe should be base kit, even though that's hard to add in. You know, being able to edit your cycles and create custom cycles would be so much fun, like in base kit game. Like, if I could, because like currently how I have it, like I have this Q just immediately takes me to the Sawdon. I would just do that and just have these two in my jackhammer swap and just make like my, what would you call that, a sextiary? Because it's sixth and like, you know what I mean? My sixth weapon bind would literally just be the Sawdon shotgun. Yeah, there's not. Check it out. I'll show you right now. It's very sad. I really wish it didn't work this way. But, like here. It doesn't proc the jumpstart at all. It's really sad. I don't know why it doesn't. It seems like a, I don't know, very big oversight. If it did, I would probably consider swapping some things around. And also, this loadout definitely needs a buff. This is like, you know, what would you call? Like very old school, immediate, like, full arsenal loadout. Very old school full arsenal loadout is what I would call it. But I think Neuron Activator is probably top 3. I'm ashamed I have almost the exact same hours, but I'm once human. Don't be ashamed. Listen, we're one and the same in our own little, you know, hyper sci-fi doom and gloom, you know, cool looking games. I'm eating cereal to the stream. Why do you use the emojis? The emojis are funny. I'm ashamed. Listen, don't be ashamed of what you're proud of and you're passionate about. This is true. Need 24 hours. Get those hours up, son. As of current, I have 419 hours. 2K is crazy. It is crazy. I love this game too. Listen, I've discovered like 3 techs in this game. Okay, maybe 2, like 2.5. Jack shots don't really count as a tech. They're like a maneuver more than they're a tech. But you know, I'm the one that discovered double slams. I'm the one that I wouldn't say discovered pump caching, but no one was using it until now. No one knew how to use it. So I would say I discovered it. Only 21 hours. I discovered too much. You have also, yeah, whatever I've done on the jackhammer front, you've done equally on the shotgun front, and probably more. Melee P-boosts, and then multi-P, well, actually, okay, to be fair, I also found multi-P-boosts, but, yeah, like the core stuff you're doing, definitely. Did you find pro bursts? Was that you? I don't know if that was you, because I know Equinox is also talking about it, like, a long time ago. Got to use these things somewhere, might as well. No, that's old. Ah, yeah, but you're definitely the one. I've never seen anyone talk about melee P boost until you brought it up. Melee P boost, they're very solid. I love them. That's not it. There you go. Very fun to do. Honestly, it's kind of perfect. The timing of that is very perfect. Literally takes you 0.9 seconds per swap and the chainsaw to come back if you're walking towards it. It's kind of funny. These icy emojis literally have no point or meaning to my words. They do make me thirsty. I am also thirsty right now. I can't lie. I've been talking for a long time. 8 damage every hit. Yeah. You can also slam. That's true. Because at that point, you're close enough to slam, right? Oh, hold on. That's going to take some practice. Okay. Hold up. Come on, press the button. There you go. This is how you know I suck at the... You do it during hit stop? Okay. That would have killed. Yeah, was that it? I think I just did it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 14. Yeah, I did 8 damage. Yeah, I did it. Slam raw to stop it. Slam jump for momentum. Do it during hit stop and after whiplash. That's cool. Hit stop slams are so much fun to do. Could you do a double slam with it, technically? You could definitely do a double slam with that. Could you explain damage for me and how it works? Well, what about damage? Like this specific thing, or what? Or hard damage, or I don't know. What kind of damage are you talking about? I have 38 hours on ULTRAKILL. Can consistently get gloosed. Without a keybound macros, I could, yeah. Yes, you can, but it requires whiplash. Yeah. It is tough. I mean, you only need 1 slam, you know? Like, how often are you going to need 10 damage? You can technically... Like, you also have the chainsaw, right? And on top of that, you could basically do, like, what? Double slam, melee P boost, chainsaw out, and you could do 15 damage with that. With a double slam. That's funny. I mean, this weapon's great. Again, like it's so cool. I really wish I put more time into this. I just can't drop a jackhammer. Due to the timing, punching cancels whiplash. Getting there slams and gets you off range. Ah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Okay. Wait, hold on. But you can technically... Hold on. If you don't do it... If you don't get there with the whiplash, you can whiplash during the hit stop and then slam again, right? Right? No, is the explosion stopping you from doing that? Yeah, the explosion's stopping me. Weird. Why is that happening? Sounds like you can quit anytime you want. Well, no, because you can whiplash during the hit stop. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? It's the same principle. everyone on the planet should like and subscribe. I agree. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And by the way, if you guys are new here, I think most of you are not, but whoever's new here, I make a lot of educational ULTRAKILL content, so you should definitely check out my YouTube. Watch some of those videos. Thank you, Annika. I know, but like at that point, do a double boost. Yeah, I agree. I was just more for like, testing sake. So what is that looking like? Oh, I haven't actually subbed? How dare you? Considering that I know you and I enjoy your presence and I reviewed you, you haven't subscribed yet? WTF. I think this guy likes jackhammers, and I agree. Whoever this guy is. I love this little doodad. Gonna be watching because I'm bad? We all start somewhere, man. I also sucked. How dare you not sub? Point blank combos into double boost and double P boost combos into point blank. Yeah, I mean that's what's so cool about it too. Is just like you can pretty consistently, and you can do most of that with just this weapon. That's the thing that gets me, is that this is the weapon for all that tech. You know what I mean? Because the most like efficient shotgun tech requires you to use your fist a lot, and this weapon facilitates that. So, you know, it's just cool. It's so cool. I'm sorry. It's okay. Describe when I arrived because I'm smart. Yes. Guy tapping his forehead, smiling. Use double pumps for healing mostly. Yeah. It's just a shame. They're so lame. I love when that happens, when you get two arms showing. It's so sick. Wow, I just screwed that up so bad. Basically convinced myself that the 2 button is the button that takes me to the jackhammer. You know, I probably could just make 2 take me to this weapon only, and then make E my core eject. I could do that probably. Oh, I don't know. Wait, are my chats popping up? Yeah, they are. That's where I thought it was glitched again. You can get 3 arms to show with a gloost. It's like a ghost. What? A gloosting is this. I'm not very good at it, but yeah, there you go. It's just repeatedly punching the chainsaw to get like the pierce damage on one enemy. Wow, that was flawless. I did it flawlessly. Never mind, I'm really good at gloosting. Forget everything I just said. Yeah, it looks really goofy too. Hey. That's cool. What is this thing people do nowadays? They do oil boosting, whatever it's called. Hold on. Oh, that's what oil boosting is. Wow, you don't even need the core. You don't even need core boosting. You can just do that. Yeah, Handy Boy, are you still here? And there's so many different funny words to say over and over in my head. Yeah, gloosting and jack shots and double slams and like dual hammer boosts. It's so dumb. Never did that in my life. Yeah, you know about the... You only need to oil boost once. They just land with oil. True. But yeah, did you know that like in a lot of speedrunning, people are just not using the CE shotgun very much anymore? Like they're just switching to using this weapon for oil boosts instead of doing like core boosts. They're still using it for like nukes and stuff. Good, it sucks. Yeah, I like the fire damage more, me personally. Yeah, core boosting is lame. If you enter strats with it sucks, is what I mean. What do you mean? Like they're bad at using it? Hold on. Yeah, you can't really do it like this. They've been core boosting the same way since the AN era. Well, they don't have to. That's the thing. There's no need to. Most, at least that's what Anne Raconta was saying. Is that like no one's using it anymore, or at least like people are transitioning to oil boosting. Boss waves in Cybergrind? I could never do boss waves in Cybergrind. I think it takes away too much from the core flow. I would, however, like to see, yeah, rip 9 viewers. Yeah, I'm about to end stream anyway, so I would like to see Minotaur in Cybergrind waves. Just like, you know, the same way that the Hideous Mask spawns, like some maps are designed for the Minotaur to spawn. I think that'd be fun. Anyway. That's it for the stream. I will be seeing you guys sometime later. I'm sorry for the 2 people who just joined. I am closing stream. But yeah. It's all fun and games until Leviathan shows up. Alright. I'll see you guys. Have a good night. Take care.